High school football is back. It's week 0. I'm Fox 23 Sports Director Nathan Thompson, along with the Tulsa World's Barry Lewis, expert on all things high school football. And it's here. The wait is over. We get games this week. You excited?
I am very excited. After 3 or 4 months of writing about the season coming up, it's finally here.
Yeah, and week 0 means not all the teams play this week, usually about half the teams, but we actually have a little bit less this year than half because of, I guess, how the schedule worked this year.
Just the way it worked, and I think a few teams decided against playing in week 0 to give them another week of preparation. But there are some interesting games on the schedule.
So let's take a look at your top 5 Metro games in the Tuesday edition of the Tulsa World. You can also see it on okprepsextra.com. And number 1, we start with an out-of-state game in Arkansas. Owasso taking on Bentonville West. This is a rematch. Last year they played in Owasso, and it was a great game last year.
It was. The teams combined for 96 points last year, and they may do it again this week, although I think Owasso's defense is probably a lot better than it was last year. So I'm going to go with Owasso, but still it should be a very entertaining game.
Now, sticking with the out-of-state theme, we're going to go south now to Texas for the number 2 game. Bixby at Mansfield Timberview. This is part of the border brawl where, 5 of the Tulsa Metro teams taking on 5 teams from Mansfield. They played in here last year. Now this year they're all playing in Texas, and this is probably the best of them in a rematch of the best game last year from up here.
Yes, Bixby won a thriller last year, 36-33, and this could be a very similar type game. Timberview is probably the best of the 5 Mansfield teams. There's a great individual matchup. OSU's commit, Brendan Presley for Bixby, outstanding receiver and defensive back. And then you've got Colorado commits, Stacy Sneed of Timberview, very elusive running back who also is very effective as a receiver as well. So that should be a very entertaining game.
In all these border brawl games, we actually have our sports reporter, Heather Geller, driving down to Mansfield Thursday. So she'll have highlights of all 5 of these games down there. Jinx plays on Thursday night. And then on Friday, we have Bixby and we have Union. And then on Saturday, it's Broken Arrow and it's Sand Springs. So we'll have highlights of all those games here on Fox 23. Make sure you watch that. Number 3 game, again out of state, back to Arkansas, Booker T versus North Little Rock. This game is actually a Saturday night game, and that's another good one there. They're playing it in Bentonville, but it's against North Little Rock.
Yes, North Little Rock defeated Booker T in that rumble in the Ozarks last year, 29-28, and I expect this game to go down to the wire as well.
And guess what? Game number 4, it's here in Oklahoma,
yes,
finally.
I'll be there.
You'll be at this game, Broken Bow at Metro Christian. A nice matchup here with Metro Christian, who you have ranked number 2 in Class 2A.
Yes, Metro won 28-22 at Broken Bow last year. Broken Bow won the year before, so it's a very competitive rivalry. It's been that way since they first started playing each other in 2008. Metro has Asher Link, one of the best passers in the state, and Broken Bow has one of 4A's best defenses. If I had to do it again, I would rank Broken Bow as a top 10 team in 4A, so it's a really neat matchup, a really good 4A defense against perhaps 2A's best offense.
Now for your 5th game, again going out of the state, 4 out of the 5 games out of state this week in week 0 for best games. This one's Union at Mansfield Lake Ridge, and Mansfield Lake Ridge, one of the better teams in Mansfield. You were saying to me earlier that Mansfield may be having a little bit of a down year for all 5 of the schools, but Lake Ridge should be pretty good.
Lake Ridge, I think, is regarded right just behind Timberview as the second best team in the Mansfield, or arguably they could be number 1 as well. Union won a wild one against Lake Ridge last year, 36-30, and this has potential to be another wild game.
So much great high school football here in week 0 and so much coverage at the Tulsa World. There are going to be games Thursday, Friday, Saturday, so you're going to have coverage all week long, starting with tomorrow. You have more preview action and on Thursday's paper. And then we get to actually talk about games that happened after that all the way through Sunday for you guys. And, of course, go to okprepsextra.com anytime to check out all their stories on the web. Here at Fox 23, check us out all week. We're going to be previewing some of these games, including those Mansfield games. Heather's driving down there, so we'll have highlights of all 5 of those games from down in Texas. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, we'll have those. And of course, our big Friday night coverage, as we said, a little smaller schedule this year in week 0. So we're going to do the second half of the 10 o'clock news from 10:15 on, all high school football. But it's going to be week 1 whenever we kick off our 30-minute show at 11 o'clock, high school football tonight. So that's week 1 action. This week, we're just doing the 10 o'clock news. And you can always go to fox23.com. We have a High School Football Tonight tab that you can click on it and see all things high school football. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy week 0